freed 20 hostages who were taken by the militants. Officials say at least 20 people have been killed in the fighting, and 3 U.S. troops have been wounded.
A lawyer for convicted sniper John Allen Mohammed says Mohammed should never have been allowed to represent himself during his 2003 capital murder trial. The attorney asked an appeals court in Richmond today to overturn Mohammed's conviction and death sentence or to grant him a new trial. The attorney says Mohammed's trial lawyers failed to address their client's mental health issues. Mohammed represented himself back in 2003 for the first 2 days of his trial. A lawyer for the state argued Mohammed's competency was never an issue at that trial. Mohammed was found guilty of masterminding the sniper shootings in 2002. A ruling from the appeals court on this is expected in several weeks. In Prince George's County, a number of men have been charged in what police say was a scheme to steal handicap placards. Police say the men sold those tags for $50 apiece. Pat Collins has more on this story now from Beltsville. Pat?
Doreen, in the world of crime, this could be a new low. Stealing parking placards from the handicap and then selling them on the street. Prince George's police say they've charged some suspects with taking handicap placards from cars belonging to the handicap and then selling them on the streets. It's a crime that has people out here shaking their heads.
It's the reason why they have handicap stickers, you know, and I mean, it's unfortunate that people going around doing those type of things, but it's sad, you know.
We've gotten to the point that we don't even care about each other anymore.
In this time frame, people are, you know, they're just so desperate they're doing anything. And it's, like I said, it's just wrong.
Thefts from cars in Beltsville in the first 4 months of this year. 31 stolen GPSs, 18 stolen stereos, 11 stolen airbags, and 10 stolen handicap placards. These placards were all taken on the night of May the 5th. 3 on Barnett Lane, 4 on Abbury Drive, 1 on Barnsley Court, 1 on Merkirk Road, and 1 on Southland Drive. 2 days later, May the 7th, police make a traffic stop on Landover Road. There's an investigation. They give that car a good once-over. And inside, they find not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 19 stolen handicap placards. Enter now Corporal Jesse Spence. He's the detective working this case.
Based on my interview, I believe they was actually targeting their handicap placards based on the fact they was actually going through certain complexes, and they actually admitted to actually looking inside cars looking for the placards. So I would say yes.
How would they steal them?
Basically, they would go up to either the driver's side or the passenger side window, break it with some type of device, and they'd go in and take the placard. Take maybe 10 seconds.
In all, 3 suspects charged here. 1's in jail, 2 still at large. Doreen, back to you.
Pat Collins in Beltsville. Thank you, Pat.
The police in Montgomery County are looking for a man who's accused of trying to rape a young woman in Bethesda. Investigators say it happened just before 7 o'clock Friday night in a residential area around Sangamore Road and West Path Way. The woman was 19 years old. She was selling magazines door to door when she says a man ran towards her and knocked her to the ground. Police say he tried to sexually assault her, but she fought him off. That woman was taken to a hospital with minor injuries.
The health of the Social Security system has worsened this year because of the faltering economy. Program trustees say Social Security will start paying out more than it collects by 2016. That's 1 year sooner than projected last year. They say it will be depleted by 2037. The news is even worse for Medicare. Experts say the program will pay more in benefits than it collects in taxes this year.
What's important to underscore is that there is a broad-based consensus across the political spectrum of the United States about the importance of making sure these programs are going to be available to future generations. And we have time to make sure that we come together to make the kind of changes necessary to achieve that objective, but we don't have infinite amount of time.
Meantime, President Obama is pushing for changes to health care, too. The president hosted corporate leaders at the White House again today to hear about programs they're using to trim medical costs. He says there's no quick fix for health care, but there are ways to start working toward the goal of affordable, accessible health care. Yesterday, providers pledged to slow the increase in medical care costs. The president says some of what these companies are doing could be copied by other companies.
All over this town these days, what we've got is Caps fever.
Blake with a shot, score! Deflected in by David Steckel, and the Capitals force a Game 7.
Yeah, that's right. Game 7, one more time. Caps and the Penguins. They got to win this one before they can go all the way. Julie Carey's down at the Verizon Center now where folks are mighty jacked up. Julie?
Hi, Jim. Well, it's going to be a sea of red out on these sidewalks at this time tomorrow night. And whether folks are lucky enough to watch inside the Verizon Center or just home on TV, everyone is hoping Game 7 won't be the last.
Great.
Thank you. The Washington Capitals don't walk away from the ice unnoticed these days. After morning practice at Kettler Iceplex, goalie Semyon Varlamov was greeted by fired-up fans, eager for autographs and eager for a win over Pittsburgh tomorrow in do-or-die Game 7.
Well, I think it's going to come down to the third period, if not overtime again. It's been that close. Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin put on a great show.
This has been the best hockey I've ever seen in my life. It's awesome.
And awesome may be the word his 7-year-old nephew uses when he delivers this Alex Ovechkin autograph he just got.
Alex just signed, yes, so that's pretty cool. He's going to be pretty psyched about that. So.
Downtown outside the Verizon Center, they weren't exactly rocking the red just yet, but this D.C. Visitors and Convention Bureau staffer looks forward to tomorrow night's scene.
We're excited. We're ready to have lots of people and lots of commotion and lots of people in the restaurants and in the hotels.
That crew looks like ridiculous.
And enthusiasm for the Caps isn't just homegrown. This California family in town for Police Week has been drawn to the team by star Alex Ovechkin.
We just like Ovechkin. We think he's an awesome player.
It's a big deal, I guess, because they better beat the Penguins. I'm going to be upset if they don't.
They'll watch Game 7 on TV. Those still searching for tickets will have to dig deep. Web resale prices run from $180 to $1,700. John Mudd says he'll follow the game from work at a sporting goods store. Your prediction, another overtime?
Hopefully not. My heart can't take it. I mean, but if it comes down to it, we'll come out, though. We'll take it.
And if it means a win, I'm sure he and every other Caps fan will suffer through another overtime if they have to. Back to you now.
Heartbreak people is what they're not. What I'm talking about, heart attack people. That's what they are. Thanks, Julie. Yeah.
Good stuff. Still ahead on the broadcast, some new information this evening about what happened in the cockpit just seconds before a deadly plane crash in New York.
There's word this evening of some damage to the space shuttle Atlantis.
We'll hear from the American journalist who was being held in Iran on spying charges.
And the story of a Maryland couple being forced to pay almost $300,000 because of some trees they planted on their property.
Oh, Bob, what's ahead in weather?
Oh, Doreen and Jim, we've had a beautiful day, ready for another one, and even a little bit warmer. And some exciting things coming up tomorrow night, too. Not in weather, though, I don't think.
No, in sports, Bob, the Redskins open up the competition on the offensive line. Brian Zimmerman looks to make it 30 in a row. And here's what you were talking about, Bob, the biggest game the Capitals players have been a part of. We'll tell you about it as News 4 at 6 continues.
I'd like the... Oh, baby girl, you have never tasted anything until you've had the all-loving, no oven. And it's got cookie dough fudge and whipped toppings.
I'll take the milk caramel latte.
That's good, too.
I better make that to go.
No, you didn't.
Try the new iced and blended coffee at Cold Stone Creamery.
I really had a good time tonight.
Me too.
Hey, let me get your jacket.
Got a real storage problem? Call the Real Storage Experts. Call Public Storage at 1-800-44-STORE to get your first month for just $1. We're the leader in self-storage with everything you need to make storage easier and more convenient locations than anyone else. Call 1-800-44-STORE or click to get your first month for just $1 at your nearby Public Storage. The Real Storage Experts.
Did you know the Honda Accord holds its value better than any other car in its class? And the reasons are simple. Its exceptional engineering can help lead to lower maintenance costs, and being a top safety pick can help lower insurance expenses. So what's the bottom line? The Accord costs less over the long term. And